Once again, here in DOSology 101, we will be talking about a game that I just started playing not that long ago. It's a game I've known about for a while. But first, we're going to talk a little bit about who made it. This will be a very familiar name if you're into computer games at all. Psygnosis. The P is silent. We're talking about a little game called Darker. We're going to jump to Home of the Underdogs. Home of the Underdogs used to be a place that hosted downloads of Abandonware. I don't believe they do anymore at all. You know how it is. It's a tricky thing to just host downloads of media of various kinds. This was one that always intrigued me. I forgot that this got a top dog rating. The top dog usually was reserved for the absolute best games. And I remember the criticism of this game, Darker, was that it looks great, but it doesn't play very well. Which is very much the Psygnosis thing, right? So atmospheric space flight it's space flight. It's really a flight simulator. You're not in space at all. People say this all the time. Ironically, pays too much attention to atmosphere at the expense of playability. I might not disagree with that, but I happen to think that this game, as far as the like 2 or 3 people that think about this game, I think among those people, it's a bit misunderstood. I think it's got some serious ideas, and the ideas don't lead to a simple game. They don't lead to simple playability, but they lead to a really... It just had great... I don't know. There was a narrative reason for it to not be simple, for it to be a little bit tricky. And for me, it mostly works. So it talks about here the atmosphere of the city. The atmosphere does go beyond just how it looks. There's things like a clock tower in the city, and it chimes sometimes when you fly by it. And, so the whole idea of this game, Darker, is that you... it's a sci-fi game in which the planet that you're on is... what's the term? It's like heliosyncratic with the star it orbits. So one side always has... is always daytime, and on the other side it's always nighttime. And your people live on the nighttime side, and they have like not as good technology and quality of life and so on. And all the people on the sunny side of the planet look down on you, and now for some reason they're sort of invading you guys, and they need something from you, or they are wanting to oppress you in some way. I don't know. I'm not at a point in the game where I know exactly why they're doing it yet. But it's a really interesting concept. And so the idea is they have way better technology than we do. But we have to try to defend the city. And we have to do it with lesser technology. Particularly this shuttle that we fly. It's like a modified taxi, basically, is how it's described. And it's very shoddy. It doesn't fly very well, and you'll see what I mean when I get into the game. To give you an idea, I'll do this thing called Nightmare Mode, which drops you in the middle of the city and just puts in like waves of enemies. And I'll explain some of the controls, and we'll get a look at the city and all that. So we will run this joint. Whoa. Alright, so we are right in it. So we're in Kismet Square, which is the center of the city. And these big towers with these glowing orbs on top, these give my shuttle energy. My shuttle, it basically acts like a glider, okay? And if we take a look at my instrument panel, I'll be able to explain a little bit about how the shuttle works. So down at the bottom left is my altitude and my radar. Do you see that? It also shows my coordinates in the city. and that's how you navigate. And this game is almost impossible to play without the map. There was a pack-in map that came with it that I have a PDF of, obviously, and that shows you where various things are in the city. And so when they tell you in the mission objectives, like, oh, go to Dutch and Company's supplies or whatever, I just made that up, but if you like go to such and such place, then you can look it up on the map, look at the coordinates, and go there. Right now, the more centrally on the left side, we have my power. Like I said, this ship pretty much acts like a glider, but when I hit the enter button, I get a big push of thrust, which is what you just saw there. Also, when we hit these towers, we'll gain altitude and speed. See that? We jump right up, and it also fills up our power a lot. The 5 dots underneath the meter are the 5 power cells on the shuttle, and as the meter fills, it will light up one of those lights, indicating that one of my cells has a full complement of energy attached to it, right? So that means I have essentially 6 thrusts before I'm getting shot at. I got a guy missile on me. I missed. Okay, good. 6 thrusts before my energy cells run out, and then I have to recharge. Okay. So if we go close to these towers, we recharge. We get a passive recharge most of the time. You hear the clock tower chiming. Very nice, right? There's a nice fountain. The water ripples in it, which is really cool. Lots of cool graphical stuff in this game. Oh, there's a Doppler effect too. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. There's a Doppler effect. That red dot that you see, the crosshairs are me, and the red dot is an enemy projectile. And so that was a guy shooting at me, and we'll shoot at him pretty soon. The center part of my heads-up display there is my speed indicator. So if I hit my boost, then my speed goes up and then drops back down. If I hit one of these towers or go near one of these towers, my thrust will increase. You see here. Yeah. Alright. Whew, because I'm just dodging this guy's thing. Alright, so let's fight. I have a couple weapons, but this weapon, the starting weapon so far, is the best one. And it's not good. But where is this guy? So I have my radar. I'm trying to track him on radar. I have a button here that I've mapped to my left trigger, which is to brake. Look out! Okay, so that was a great start. Let's try the Nightmare one again. Alright, we'll just get started here. Fighting this guy. Since my projectile is so slow, it is tricky. You know? It really is no easy task to hit the guy. Alright, so that did it. So he's down, so they're gonna send more guys after me. There he goes, he crashed. Now a whole, ooh man, they got a whole mess of them coming in. Look at that. Boost between those two. Get a little thrust here as well. sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that. Had a spam thing come through. I keep on running into them. Let's try one more time. I never played this nightmare mode, if I'm perfectly honest. I like the game itself. Because honestly, the flight, it's true what the that was quite a shot. The gameplay part of it is kind of the weakest part. And I hate to admit it, but it is. Oh my gosh. I like the solution of like the colored balls for smoke and fire and stuff, explosions and so on. It looks very nice. Alright, we got this whole crew coming in. Alright. What you want? There's a hit. Alright. Got a man down. That guy's down too. That was a close one, man. I almost slammed right into him. I don't believe there's any like rudder control, so it was a very simple flight sim controls wise and like systems wise. Sometimes I find myself wishing there was some kind of rudder control. Oh shoot, I totally hit the wrong button and I almost crashed into the guy. I meant to shoot at him, but I boosted at him instead. Oh, okay, look, that's enough of that. Let's go into Oh, actually, no. Let's just... We'll start a new game and you'll get an idea. S will start on game... Our name is 88. And we'll run it. The horizon's glow should not be envied, for in darkness is a lasting power, burning brighter with every generation. How weak is a light in a pale world, its glow is worthless. But the same light in blackness, how boldly it shines. There's like a religion in this game that is not really explained or anything. It's just alluded to. Kismet is like this religion or something. And that's what I guess that's what the religion's called. We survive through our spiritual unity. Together this power will lift our community and we shall prevail. Here is a true light that shall never be extinguished. So I guess they're using religion as like a way to galvanize themselves against the threat of the Halons. We are the Delphi, I think is the name of our thing. Welcome to Emerson Shuttle Station, Tolly. I know you have flown many Cairo shuttles from here in the past, but for the moment we will be based here to deal with the Halon unrest. My name is Tolly, by the way. Look at that. Look at that. I love the like 6 frames of FMV animation. This game is good. We have sketchy reports of Halon presence and missile fire near Miller Trading Estate. As an experienced shuttle pilot, you should be familiar with the handling of the Cairo fighter. Currently, the Pinner Direct is the only weapon, blah blah blah. Remember your basic training, keep it clear ahead. Alright, I like to wait in here for my cells to recharge, and then I will blast off. And we will go, and we found our guys. Our guy. This is, after all, level 1. Good hits. Alright, that's it. Oh, wait, nope. There's another guy. There's another guy right here. Let me do a loop-de-loop. Oh, wasn't very good. If you shoot your weapon too much, there's like a negative thrust recoil type of thing that's put on it. So you can run out of power and shoot your gun a lot, and you'll just like sit there and just fall out of the sky. And I think it's cool. I like the restriction that like your technology is bad. And the Halons don't have the same restrictions on their ships. He's dead. Well done. Return to base. 13-6 is our base. And there it is. And as a concept, I like that. Like, you have to deal with the limitations of your weak technology against a stronger technology of your enemy. And by the way, any game that'll put a dusk gradient on the sky in that old kind of 16 color way is fine by me. MechWarrior 2 does that, you know. It's all good for me if your game does that. Don't relax yet, Tolly. We've had visual report of 2 craft in this. So this is all of the story you get, by the way. It's just like mission briefings, like go. But meanwhile, there's this like little hints of like a religion and like this invading force. All right, Zoner storage. Oh, I love this too. I love that. It's like, oh, that's all you need. It's all you need as far as cutscenes. Newer games should take note. At some point, I'm gonna have to pull out my map here. Oh man, I'm already out of energy. See, I'm a little bit too impatient. Let me recharge. There you go. See, the radar sweep is wide enough that you can get away with just kind of flying around until you find something, but it becomes a problem later when there's more enemies in the area. In which case, you will see targets on your radar that are not your objective. So that's when you do have to be a little more careful about where you're going. I don't think I got him. You can get into trouble when you hit the tower when you're trying to pursue an enemy, because it lifts you up. Come on, man. One more. That's it. See ya! See ya! And so if you've lined up your target, then like, you know, suddenly the tower like lifts you up like a thermal on a hang glider or something. And it's like, oh, I had him, and then you messed me up. Look out! And I like that it's slow and cumbersome to fly, because I don't know, that's just life sometimes, you know. Sometimes in life, your fighter aircraft are slow and cumbersome to fly, and there's nothing you can do about it except deal with it. Oh! So the idea with those craft is they're like civilian, like Halon civilian craft. So I don't know if the idea is that these guys are like sort of Israeli settlers. They're just coming over to harass you guys because you're the dark side of the planet people. I don't know. There's not a lot of detail in the story. Okay, and there's the base. The landmark I look for is these walls and these small lamps that form like an arrow that point to base. They like guide you on the approach. If I'm not mistaken, the small lamps give you like passive recharge on your energy. Now I could be wrong about that, but I think that's the idea. So there's little bits in the city where there aren't any, so you have to rely on the big towers even more, because you'll be floating, and if you're not near a big tower, you won't get any recharge whatsoever. But I think the small ones give you like a passive recharge, and they don't give you any thrust or lift like the big ones do, right? Sightings of Halon craft are already decreasing. These are known as Schimasupas. So that's what these ones I've been fighting are. Schimasupas. They're owned by many Halon civilians. Alright. Dude, I saw the little blip over there on the to the east, so I will head that way. Hit that tower. Oh, that was close. Get out of here. One down. Oh, he's looking at me. Oh, jeez. I almost ran into the tower, and you can run into the towers and blow up. You will, anything will blow you up if you run into it. That's behind. Ah, those are on target, just low. Or, I mean, obviously not on target if they're low, but you know what I mean. Their orientation was right. They were just not at the right elevation. That's a hit. You gone, buddy. I like shooting a bunch of them. I think that's cool to shoot a big burst of these things. Okay. Fly back over here. Get this last straggler. So this is kind of one of the weaknesses of this game in my mind, is that the enemies so far, they don't really do much. They very rarely shoot at you. They will. If I were to like really go out of my way to get in front of this guy and not do anything, he'll shoot at me. He might shoot at me right here if he realizes I'm here anyway. Okay, that's it. Now we're returning to base, which is just right over here. There's my hangar. I think a lot of people will have issues with how the flight works, but I think it's cool. So I'm going to jump into the next part here. So there's a bunch of missions like this. Eventually they introduce a new craft, and they introduce these like flying saucers that fly around really high up, but they don't have any weapons. They just like ominously fly around there, and you also can't shoot them. You can shoot them like a million times and they'll never die. At least with the weapons that you have currently. And that's cool, you know? Again, like I said, there will be times that you'll fly to your objective and there'll be other enemies, and you'll be kind of encouraged to not attack other enemies, but just do your objective. And, you know, in theory, that's cool too. So much this game seems unfinished because you're the only friendly ever. They mention friendlies, like here with this briefing, is like your training partner's been shot down. And they do stuff like this throughout the game, but you never see any other friendlies out while you're out. You're always the only one. So stuff like that makes me think that this game is unfinished. I've also heard rumors that it was famously pretty unfinished and they just kind of released it as is, and I can buy that. So I'm going to go to where I am in this game. There is also this tunnel system, and it is so frustrating. I kind of hate this part. So I've jumped ahead several missions. And these ships, they repair themselves over time. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. It's really hard to fly. So these 3 tracks you see on the ground, your ship will like kind of magnetically be drawn to fly along these tracks. But you can still crash into anything in here and you'll immediately die. No enemy has ever shot at me through here. They just kind of fly around and like let you shoot at them. Oh, I always go to the outermost track there, and I hate that. I don't want to be there. Miss. And it's really weird to deal with. Come on. To deal with the fact that, like, it wants to keep you on the track. It's a strange thing. Okay, am I even going to be able to get on this track? Okay, good. Thank goodness. Why does it always kick me out to that outermost right track? That ends up slowing me down, and then he, like, gets further ahead of me. And it's just this. It's like, it's not cool. The idea of using tunnels in the game is potentially pretty cool, right? But this is just not the way. Oh man, too low. See, every time it kicks me out there. Okay, I'm gonna try to be patient. And I'm gonna try to get... Actually, this is good. Ah, the impact recoil from the shot. Ah, dang it. Thing goes out here. It's just so annoying. It's like a weird science to get behind these guys. Oh Lord, watch out. Yeah, see, I died. Alright, that was a nice shot. I have to admit, that was a very nice shot. Way to go, me. You can't increase your speed at all. You can't decrease your speed at all. Your weapons, you fire one projectile, and it takes a while to... Oh, come on! It takes a while to, like, reload or whatever. Yeah, this is not great. And it's a shame because I wanted to see where this game goes. Like, I wonder if you ever go to, like, the sunny side. It sounds like you don't. Just fair enough. It'd be sick if you would go to, like, their sunny side and your ship was, like, super powered because it runs on, like, solar energy or whatever. But I don't know, man, and I might never know. Come on. I gotta time my shot better. My second shot's gotta be timed better. Good hit! Oh no, no, it's over. Let me try again. I guess I'll go to the inside track because that's how I can gain on them. I never thought of that until it just happened. What a shot, baby! Alright, inside track, inside track. What a shot, baby! What a shot! Yes! Okay. Too bad there's like 4 more of these guys to deal with. If I can get him with one last shot soon, then... Nope. So he's gonna start repairing. But I'm actually kind of hopeful. Man, how do you get so fast? I thought your ship was broken. How are you so... Oh, no, 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 no. See, sometimes you fall off the tracks, and then it's just, like, over. You see how frustrating that was? I was so close to... Like, why would they limit your shots? That is that's an insane decision for me. Turn. Turn. Ah! Once again, it kicks me to the outside, and I don't want to be on the outside one. Oh, it's not fun. It's not fun. No, 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 no. And when you're off the track, your shot doesn't recharge, too. It's just great. I tried to cut the corner. Alright, don't cut the corner, I guess. That hit? Oh, I was so close. Come on. Alright. Stay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my gosh. You have got to be... I literally could not have missed, and yet I did. Oh, no. That would have been the kill shot, I believe. Get on track, you son of a gun. Oh, my gosh. This game should be way cooler than it is. And these tunnels are just the absolute death of this game, man. I fell off the rails again. That was... Okay, I kind of am developing a feel for it a little bit. Oh! Oh! Nice garage shading, you know? Oh, see, I just... For some reason, lost the thrust and fell out of the sky. I think that's about... I don't know if I'll ever get past this part of Darker. Some very unfortunate decisions. Oh my gosh, man. I might need a palate cleanser. Okay, well that's Darker.